What's going on, guys? This is G with Tips Bros, and today we have this 2024 Ultra Red Model S. And we're doing a bunch of stuff like PPF and a couple other things, but we are also tinting this car. I'm just gonna put it through really easy, and then that way I have minimal cleaning and I don't damage anything. And then what we wanna do is we want to trick the car that the door is actually closed. And you have this latch right here. You just kind of latch it, and then one more, and then you saw the window actually comes up. When you do this part, do not close the freaking window, right? Because once you do that, you may actually crack the window, or even most important, also you're gonna damage the trim, right? And I'm just gonna clean it. I like to keep two different squeegees, one when I'm actually installing and then one when I'm actually cleaning. So this is actually going to be my cleaning one. Start from the top and bottom. All right, so I got the tint over here. Wet it a little bit so it sticks a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick before we shrink. Even though all windows look like they don't actually have I guess curvature. I mean, this one definitely does. It definitely has, like all tint does. I mean, not all tint, all windows mostly. So I'm trying to distribute it a little bit, and in tinting, we call this like making a house. They have all these terms that they make when they teach you. But what you're doing is you're stretching it across and putting all the fingers down the center because we're gonna shrink it, okay? And then, you're going to go ahead and push it all down. And once you do that, you'll notice that you'll have what we call fingers. And you can see there's not a whole lot. I'll go ahead and spray some more and just push some of these down. And when you do this, what you want to do is actually, you never want it in the edges because you'll burn the film if it's like on the edge right here. You want all your fingers to be down the center. We're gonna use heat to shrink. So unlike PPF you kind of stretch it with heat, and with heat it becomes more pliable. In this case, you're shrinking into the glass, right? So you wanna use high heat. There you go. That's some high heat right there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and tackle this big one right here. Start from the top. Chase it. All right. And the other key thing about tinting that is very helpful, you want to kind of move it around quite a bit, because if you kind of heat this area, it might be too hot. So I kind of move around and kind of have a good idea of like where I've been heating. And you could feel it because you're using really high heat. What part is too hot? So we got some of the smaller ones we're going to get rid of. Just give it some good heat. Awesome, this will be fine. You can see there's no fingers at the bottom. And let's go ahead and kind of get it ready. I like just spraying it to bring the temperature down. And then when you're heating, just keep in mind you are heating this trim area, so you don't want too much heat in one area for long periods of time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning. We're actually gonna be using a razor blade because it'll get like all the, I don't know, like things on it. Like it's a quick way to clean it. Well, you want, no speck or anything like that. Cool. Got my clean squeegee. So the other thing is you want to just shoot down water. It'll get all the dust and then bring it down, and then we'll do the final kind of getting it ready. I'm gonna go to the other side. Spray a lot more. It's nice and cool now. I like starting from the bottom because you are inevitably going to contaminate it slightly. But I feel like the bottom, you don't really see it. And for me, in this case, I'm just gonna do one go. I'm just gonna hydrate it as much as I can right here. And then do final. And then I'm just gonna grab it and then just transfer it into the windshield. I mean the window. And then I'm just gonna spray. Now you're positioning. And I like using my thumbs like this. Honestly, it fit pretty dang well even with me having to do anything. I feel like the computer cut does a great job. It means that a customer gets their car faster, which to me is important. Because a lot of times my customers, this is their daily driver, right? So I don't want to keep their car for a lot longer than I have to. All right, what you're trying to do when you do the alignment is just trying to make sure that, we call this a finger test, it shouldn't catch. So it's good. Start squeegeeing everything down. It's a little, this is like my first. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. A little bit stronger stroke, even. Nice. What I like to do for the final, this is called a Blue Max because it has the grip to really go pretty hard and just leverage. And I kind of hold it like this, like a caveman, and then just squeegee it. There's really not a whole lot of issues, but I'm just gonna check this. But I can see there's some tightening here. So I like using this tool, making sure that it's all the way down. But what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up the edges and just kind of getting all the moisture out, because that's really the risk. But I think this is a pretty good install. Pretty happy with it. And you can see, still super clean. Well, hopefully that helped you kind of understand what the process of tinting is. But let us know if you have any questions in the comments below. We'll see you later.